The journal Microbiology sits at the heart of the Society. It was founded 2 years after the Society was founded. Looking back at some of the early issues, it's really fantastic to see that some of the founders of the Society, like Fleming, Marjorie Stevenson, even Nobel Prize winners like Peter Mitchell, were publishing in the first issue of the journal, and it just reflects the fact that at that time, having a journal to publish this research was exactly why the Society was founded, and they were publishing their best research in the journal. And as the journal's gone through, we can look back and see really important papers published in the whole spectrum of microbiology.
One of the most highly cited papers is by someone called Bayer. It was a paper from the 60s where he did electron microscopy, and he saw that the inner and outer membranes of gram-negative bacteria were actually joined, and they became known as Bayer's bridges. And for a long time it fell out of favour. Everyone thought there was an artefact of the technology, of the technique used to do the work, until a couple of years ago when it was really seen that some of the machineries that insert the phospholipids into the outer membrane are actually, they join the inner and outer membrane together, and they are his bridges that he saw. And so now his papers probably cited more these days than they were shortly after they were published. So for me that was a real surprise, and it's actually really nice to show that we've been publishing work that's topical now, even though it was published quite a long time ago.
It's been really interesting looking back at the early issues of the journal when the Society and the journal was founded, and the country was coming out of the Second World War, and a lot of microbiology was being done not in universities. In fact, hardly any was done in universities. It was done in institutes, government institutes, and also a lot in industry. The questions that microbiologists were trying to address were really applied and immediate questions that related to understanding how toxins worked in the context of biological warfare, and also actually in manufacturing of antibiotics. So this is the decade in which people were starting to really commercially manufacture antibiotics. A lot of the early papers in the journal are around that.
It's a big change in publishing. You know, there's open access movement, and the journal needs to move with the times, and I'm really pleased to say that we are moving with the times, and that we will be the first journal in the microbiology stable to become open access. And I think to do that in the 75th year sends a really important message to say we're at the forefront of open access, and we want everyone to be able to read the articles that are in the journal. So for me, the future is open access. It's about the impact of everyone's paper, not anything to do with impact factors of journals, but individual pieces of work being recognised regardless of where they're published. And I think microbiology offers a really good home for lots of microbiology work.
The future for microbiology must be a strong journal that people want to publish in, and the benefit for that is manifold, both to members of the Society and also the community more generally, and that's really what I hope we'll be able to see as we transition to open access and lead as an open access journal.